Hi pen fans, this is your personal pen maker, Brian at the Edison Pen Company, edisonpen.com. Hope everybody's doing well. I wanted to announce that we have decided to do a redesign of our snake clips. Our snake clips have been around for a while, and I've always felt they were maybe a little bit bulky, a little bit perhaps clunky, and they didn't really work unless they were on pretty big pens. So we've gone through a redesign of our snake clips. We still have the original snake clips, but these new ones that we've designed to be a bit more delicate and a lot more detailed, we're going to call those serpent clips. So snake, serpent, snake is old, serpent is new. So let me show you these new snake clips. And by the way, I should clarify, technically they're not a functional clip, they are a roll stop. I'll get more into that later, but let me show you the new design. Okay, here we go. These serpent clips or roll stops are made from solid sterling silver, and they actually have Swarovski crystals for their eyes. There's two versions. One has blue eyes, and then the other has reddish pinkish eyes. Now, I need to give credit where credit is due, and that I'm very happy to say that this is yet another collaborative project that we're doing with Dan Furlano. Dan Furlano and I go, boy, way back to the very beginning of when I started making pens, and we've been best of friends ever since. He's an amazing pen maker and also, as you can see, a very talented jeweler. So this design and the manufacture of these snake clips are all Dan Furlano. So full credit to Dan, and again, I'm so happy to be working with him. In the past, previous collaborations were when we did overlay pens. He designed and manufactured the overlays, and then the spherical roll stops that we currently offer right now are also designed and manufactured by Dan. So big thanks to my good friend Dan. All right, now let's have a look at these details because they truly are stunning. I think you can see, first of all, the scales are incredibly detailed. There's a forked tongue, there's fangs, and then this is the version with the blue Swarovski crystals for eyes. And really, what can I say? I mean, the photos speak for themselves. This is just a really, really incredible design that Dan has created for us. Here's the version with the reddish pinkish eyes. And earlier I had mentioned that these are not functional clips. So these are solid sterling, which means of course that they will bend. And that's a good thing actually, because they can form to different diameters of our pens. But that also means that they won't spring back. So really, although we call these clips and refer to them as clips, they truly are decorative roll stops. So I wouldn't recommend clipping these over your shirt, as you'll end up bending it. And then of course, you don't want to repeatedly bend sterling silver or else it eventually will break. So decorative roll stops, not intended to be a functional clip. Okay, so let me give you a good look at how these clips look on pens. And also the first thing I'd like to do is a comparison between the original snake clip, which is here, and the new serpent clip. I'll zoom in a bit here so we can get a close look. And so everybody knows, these do just simply slide off. You know, they can be slightly bent here and there to create a tighter or looser fit. The interior of these are highly polished, so they will not scratch a pen. Actually, this is the pen that I was using in all of the photos that you've seen earlier in this video, and this clip has been off and on of this pen, or been removed and replaced many times today. And of all the materials that would be susceptible to scratching, definitely solid black would be, because it shows every imperfection. But this is a clipless and bandless Menlo. I love the way that this looks on this, without having a band, and of course there's no finial here. This, I think, might be my favorite of the designs we put together with this new serpent clip. So again, let me show you a comparison between the original and the new. I think you can see that the original is a bit thicker, maybe a bit bulkier. The shape is slightly different. The serpent body takes a different route than what this one does. But also, there is a pretty big difference in the, well, I guess I would say bulkiness. The original comes in at about 10 grams, and then the new one comes in at about 6 grams. Now, that might not seem like that big of a difference, but keep in mind that our pens are very light. They're anywhere from 16 to about 25 grams. So in the grand scheme of a pen, a difference of 4 grams or so is actually quite significant when the total weight of the pen is anywhere from 16 to 25. So let me show you here. I'll kind of give you an idea as to how these look on various pens. And like I said earlier, the original snake clip would lend itself well to a design like this, which is a pearl. So it would lend itself well to larger designs, but it would never really work at all with a smaller pen of ours. So here's kind of how they look next to each other. And then here's a detail that I really like that we were able to redesign, is that this clip stays pretty well flush with the pen the entire way. And this one comes up on a curve. Now, not a big deal, but I guess that overall, I'm very much so in love with this new design with this Serpent clip. And then, of course, I will give you a close-up view. The details are just, you know, there's just no comparison. So while there's nothing wrong with these snake clips, they do very well on our larger designs. They don't work very well with our smaller designs, and I generally don't recommend them, but they are still available. If anybody likes the original clip, we will not continue having them made, but so once they're gone, but we still have these. Now, let's have a look at how these all appear on various designs of ours. And I've kind of gone in an order somewhat of thicker down to thinner. So, you know, the Pearlette is a pretty small pen, and guess what? It fits really well onto this. You know, it doesn't make it significantly heavier. It really doesn't make it cumbersome at all. Whereas if we had this monster on the Pearlette, I think it would be pretty cumbersome. Actually, we never did mount any of these original snake clips on any of our smaller pens. They were always Glenmont's, Collier's, Huron Grandes, 76s, but this works very, very well with pretty much all of our designs. Actually, I have not found a design yet of ours that this Serpent clip does not fit really well. So now I will apologize because some of these pens do have finials. In other words, if we're going to make, like when I showed you this pen right here, if we're going to make a pen for you custom that will have this Serpent clip, then your cap will be all one piece. There will not be a seam here at the top where normally a conventional clip would go. It's all going to be one solid piece. But I apologize because in order to show these off on various designs, I really don't have enough clipless pens. So some of these, actually most of these, I removed the clip and then I chose a material that doesn't really show off that there's a big seam going on. So for instance, this is how this would look on the Collier. And notice that the thicker the pen, the wider the gap between the Serpent's body gets. So if you compare how this looks on the Menlo, which is thinner than the Collier, then I think you can see that one is going to overlap a lot more at this little joint right there. So I think you can kind of see a slight difference depending upon the thickness of the pen. This is a 76. Glenmont, and again, this one did have a clip, so that seam would not exist on an actual custom version that we're making for you. This is the pearl that I showed earlier with the original snake clip. The Brockton makes a really good version of this as well. And then the Mina, actually I think looks fantastic with the new Serpent clip. This is the Beaumont. Now this one does have a finial, and just my personal preference here, I'm not sure that I would design, at least my thoughts, of course, anybody who orders a custom pen, you can order exactly what you want. I'm not a big fan of having a center band and the clip. I think that I prefer this type of idea where there's no band at all, because it kind of, I don't know, it kind of distracts my eye when I see the Serpent clip and the band together. But that's how it looks on a Beaumont overall. And then we've already seen this Menlo, and then this is a Pearlette. And again, let's see, just for a more extreme example, you can kind of see how this clip fits on an extremely thin design versus a thicker design like the Collier with that space in there. So, like I said, these, to the best of my knowledge, I haven't found a design of ours that this doesn't fit. They are available now with either blue Swarovski crystal eyes or reddish pink. They will be $150 a piece. Obviously, there's a lot of work that goes into getting all this detail and all this stunning design to happen. So they will add $150 to what would normally be the cost of a pen. If anybody has any questions, please reach out. But I hope everybody is doing very well, and have a great day.